So the second day of our trip, we drove down to, we met cows and drove over a bunch of mountain passes that zigzagged this way and that. We drove down to the Italian-speaking part of Switzerland for lunch, and then we continued down to Italy for gelato. And I still can't get over the fact that you can just do that in Europe. You just, pop over to another country for some gelato. It's just, yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else specific we did that day, but I think mostly it was views and driving and stuff. And then we ended in a little town called Ticino, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, sort of. There's this train line, a very, very, very long train line through, I wasn't sure if it was just Switzerland, but it goes through like 96 mountains and 100-something tunnels, and that train is the UNESCO World Heritage thing, and it begins in Ticino. We had a very nice dinner there, and then the next day we did the Via Malta, which is it's been around since, 20,000 years ago, maybe more. And it's basically a gorge formed by close to the beginning of the Rhine. And it's really beautiful. And now it's going to continue to deepen at a slower rate because they use the majority of the Rhine at that point for, sorry, I just want to show you the view behind me, if you can see. Can't really tell, but it's beautiful. It's a gorgeous day out. But they use most of the water now for waterworks, for hydroelectricity or something. So it's going to continue at a slower rate, but that's all right. So we went down the steps and looked in the gorge. We went on a hike there. And then we drove up into Liechtenstein, which was very nice. And then the timing of the lunch hour of the yarn store was a thing, but then we went to a yarn store where I, bought yarn. And then we also, it was a tiny, tiny little, wasn't just a store, they also spin and dye yarn there, or wool. So the mom is now in charge of the shop, and her son is in charge of the whole process, and he was there and he took us on a tour of the factory, the yarn factory, which was very cool. The machines are massive, but at the same time, it's a reasonably small scale operation considering. So that was nice. And then we went to Austria for a little while, just a quick go at it. All three extra countries, mostly just to write a postcard to Evelyn, and then back, I think. Yeah, then we stopped by the Rhine Falls, which is a very large waterfall from the Rhine. There's a castle right on the cliff next to it, which is also cool. It's not Niagara Falls, but it's a large water. It's very cool. And then on the way back, there was traffic in Zurich, so we, detoured through Germany. Just, And then we went to Mike's mom's house for cheese fondue, which was so good. So good. I assumed it would be, because I don't know how you can go wrong with bread and cheese. And indeed, you can't really go wrong with bread and cheese. It was good. And then, so that was Wednesday. That was the end of that trip. And then, oh good, we're only at 4 minutes, I think. Thursday morning-ish, I got on a train to come to Zurich, where I did a walking tour of West Zurich, which is totally hipster town. It's not yet at West Philly hipster town level. It's more at, what is that area near where Ariel lives? Fishtown. It's more at Fishtown levels. So but it didn't just happen. It's partially government funded, partially companies doing it, and partially the people. So like they did pop-up gardens, they've done constructions out of shipping containers. They've repurposed, it used to be the industrial area. So loads and loads of factories, and they've sort of redone them into various spaces, theaters and apartments and stuff like that. And then on the tour, it was only me and one other girl from Canada, actually, the French part. And she and sorry, I'm coming close to the tram stop, trying to see where, I guess if I see tracks, I know where it is. And so, so she and I did the tour, and that was nice, and we became friendly. And in the course of the walking part, I was like, hey, what are you doing tonight? She was like, I don't know, nothing. I was like, hey, come play Quidditch. So she did. We went to Quidditch practice together, which was very nice. It's a very small team. The two of us made it 6. So it was quite small. But it was nice. And then I stayed at the home of one of the girls brought me back, because the one I stayed with, it was her birthday, so she hadn't gone. And then the 3 of us hung out. And then today, that might be it. Today I'm going to a walking tour of downtown Zurich, which should be nice. And then, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I might go somewhere for brunch. They invited me back to their place for a picnic, a barbecue later. I might do that, we'll see. And then tonight I head back to Basel, so that'll be nice. Awesome, this video is quite long enough, I imagine, and I need to find a tram, so bye!